Got this one recently. It's a Sony PGM-200R1A. It's a 29-inch Trinitron in the Sony Cube design. It's a professional graphics monitor, I believe is what PGM stands for. This one has a fault and I'm going to attempt to fix it. So I'll show you that fault now. Turn it on. Oh, it would help if I turn the power on. Let's try that again. Deagle's coil is crazy. So screen's pretty bright and you can see the retrace lines quite obviously there. It does still show a signal, very sort of faint. It doesn't appear very well in the video, but it's kind of washed out. Looks pretty crappy. So yeah, I suspect there's something wrong in the power supply, causing the retrace lines to show on the screen. I'm going to troubleshoot that. It's quite a big monitor. It's difficult to move it around and stuff, so I'm going to turn that off before we do any more damage. Yeah, so it's got a... Oh, I turned it back on again. Turn it off. Yeah, it's a bit unwieldy to work on it because of how big it is. It's sort of hard to convey the scale of it. But yeah, I'm going to take it apart, grab have a look at the power supply board. Usually, well, in my experience with when you have that kind of issue with retrace lines or very bright screen and the screen pot on the flyback doesn't do anything, then usually there's a bad capacitor somewhere. That's what I'm hoping it is. This one is, yeah, pretty rare monitor. I've not seen, obviously, I think there's a couple online that I've seen. I think the A at the end, 200R1A, I believe that means Australia or Australasia sort of area, and then in the US it's a U at the end, and Europe is an E. It's got the optional BKM-201SC board, and that allows for a composite input and S-video inputs, and it uses a line doubler to upscale the image, as it's a 31 kilohertz only monitor. So limited applications, probably for, you know, gaming and that sort of thing, but I don't really care about that. I just want to get it working, and it could be useful for a Dreamcast, I suppose. Excuse me. So yeah, I'll get the board out. I'll take the case off and we'll have a look, see if there's any obvious issues. Cool. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic. So I thought there'd be something like a bad cap somewhere, as I mentioned, and in the end it really just was the screen potentiometer needed to be adjusted. So I'll show you that. At the back of the monitor, that's it with the case removed. So that's the BKM module, kind of just sitting there. It's it doesn't sort of screw in unless you've got the case on, which is a bit annoying because you can't easily test the composite input without sort of, well, not that I'm aware of, without sort of doing what I've done there, just propping it up with some bits of styrofoam. So yeah, the potentiometer, excuse me, it's not that black one that you see there. It's actually a very small potentiometer right sort of there through that hole. You can put a little ceramic adjustment, or you can see it around from the other side as well, if it will focus. It's just behind that transistor there. It's just down in there, but it's easier to just adjust it from the rear if you need to. So yeah, you just put a an adjustment tool through there. You could probably use a screwdriver if you're very careful. And yeah, I just dialed that back, and now the screen doesn't have the retrace lines in it. Although it does have another issue that I've noticed, which is that the when a signal's being fed in, a composite signal, just with a little pattern generator there, it's really dim. But if because it's got a built-in test signal. So if we go down to that, and I think I need to feed in a signal for this to work, which is a bit strange. But you can see how sort of dim that is. That's actually from the pattern generator. But then if I go to, I'm already there. If I go color bar, this is the built-in pattern, sorry about the, oh my God. Sorry about the flickering. But yeah, like that's, why can't I adjust my body? Anyway, that image is really bright, super sharp. And yeah, there's no retrace lines anymore. So that looks, that looks crap. Let me just turn that off. Just because of the flickering. I'll just point, hang on. Just turn that test signal off because it's, camera does not like it. So yeah, back to the signal coming in through the PGM-200R1. Yeah, really dim. I've tried adjusting the brightness. Even at max brightness, it still looks pretty washed out. So I'm gonna have to troubleshoot that. I'm not sure if it's an issue with the pattern generator or some setting somewhere. I'm just hoping it's a setting, but at least I know that the tube is good, because in when I display that test signal, it just looks really nice. Like the tube is just, it's obviously still a healthy tube. So yeah, I'll try and figure out what's going on with the composite input. I might try some of the other inputs on the BKM and see if they're any better. I might try S-Video next, but yeah, I'll be back. All right, mystery solved. So yeah, I think it's going to play up on me again, just a flickering. But yeah, I think the issue was possibly that little pattern generator. I don't know if it just maybe doesn't have the grunt to be able to produce a 29-inch image sort of as clear as the sort of Tektronix, is it Tektronix pattern generator that I have. So that's composite, and I tested it with S-Video as well before, and it's looking excellent. So yeah, I think it's good to go. I'm just going to put it back together now, and looks really good. Quite happy with that. And that's, you know, that's I could hook up a 240p and have it line doubled, and yeah, I'll see how, like, if there's any input delay introduced by the, you know, the processing required for the line doubling. There probably will be, but it's, you know, I'm not really fussy about that stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.